Steve, we thank you for the time, and some people have remarked, what exactly is the beef against John Boehner? Take a minute to explain what's been going on in the Republican conference and why 25 members at least visibly lost confidence to the point they'd vote against him yesterday.
Well, there are a whole myriad of things, but I would focus, JD, on this, that we've watched as we had a wave election in 2010, and 87 new freshmen were elected into the Republicans, were elected into the House of Representatives. Every one of them ran on the full repeal of Obamacare, as did every incumbent Republican that was reelected, full repeal. The wave election, the mandate came in. We didn't do what we said we were going to do. We had a chance to cut off the funding and block the implementation and the enforcement of Obamacare. That got blocked by actions of the Speaker. Now, you can go on down the line. The executive amnesty that came November 20th was built on the DACA program and the Morton memos. And so time after time, when we've had the obligation to defend often our constitutional principles, and when Obama violated the Constitution by delaying the employer mandate, we hardly had a peep out of leadership. And now we see the same pattern with the executive amnesty, has taken those tools off the table that could have protected our constitutional obligation to be legislators, and the president has usurped Article 1, the legislative authority, and now in the maneuverings of the Speaker, blocked our ability to keep our oath to defend the Constitution. That's at the heart of this matter. And I'm going to stand on the Constitution. That's my oath. And for me, I could not reconcile voting for Speaker Boehner, whom I know I've seen the movie before, over and over again. They just changed the title, but it's the same movie. And the title now is Executive Amnesty. It looks to me like it's on the path to ending up being permanently funded. And we cannot go to the Supreme Court and say, why don't you fix this problem that we funded in Congress? So that's the stand that a lot of us took. Within what I've said here, we'll cover most of the issues. But we need to have a bottom-up organization, not a top-down. We've got to stop writing bills in the Speaker's office and have members bring the bills from the good ideas of our constituents and work them up through the hearing and the subcommittee and committee process. Bottom-up, not top-down, and that's what the pushback's coming from.
The new Congress just underway, sworn in yesterday at noon Eastern. Steve, it sounds to me, in the minute that remains, it sounds to me that it remains within the House Republican Conference, a House divided. Do you share that assessment?
Well, it is divided. It can work itself out, but they're going to have to listen to the conservatives in this Congress. They've been starting out with the idea they like to beat the conservatives, and if they have to work with Democrats and beat the conservatives, they seem to prefer that. And I'm talking about the leadership decisions. And so the House conservatives are likely going to have to take down a rule or two in order to be able to be at the table at the beginning of the negotiations instead of the last-ditch decisions when they can't find the votes any other way. That's what's taking place here. It's the conservatives asserting ourselves. And by the way, this election was about repeal Obamacare, block the president's executive amnesty, put the president in a political straitjacket. That's what people said in November. We need to follow through that in 2015 and 16.
Final 15 seconds. Is John Boehner a supporter of amnesty?
I think so. When I read his statement here a year ago, everything in that statement of principles fit the Gang of Eight bill. So if you support the Gang of Eight bill, that's amnesty. It's instantaneous, perpetual, and retroactive amnesty, in fact, JD.
We'll have to leave it there. Steve King of Iowa, we thank you for your time, and America's Forum will continue after this on Newsmax TV.